everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, I'm going to show you guys my Grave of Rot run here from the Starlight Challenge. This is a really hard milestone for most early game and free-to-play accounts, depending on how lucky you get with summons. So let's talk about it. Alright, so I was stuck yesterday. If you guys were on my live stream, you know that I had mentioned that just yesterday I finished Grave of Rot 4 with the trials that, show up in our little journal there. And I was stuck there for quite a few days because you really need some specific things. And you also need some resistance or a hell of a lot of cleansing. And one cleanser really isn't enough unless you can get really good on timing, or it's someone that does multiple debuffs like a V-Cook or something. But yeah, this was an interesting combination. So first we're going to talk about it, then I'm going to show you the run. And yeah, I'm gonna show you my people first and go to all the details. So you can see this was my successful run right behind me. This was me using my free-to-play Starlight only challenge. So if you're not very aware of my Starlight only challenge, this account is 1 week late. We started after the global launch, and we are only pulling Starlight die plus what we get from the horn and free characters that we get through story mode or events. So no Heliolite die are being touched. That's the basics. No Heliolite die. And let's just say I obviously don't have a Sigrid yet. If you're seeing Grave of Rot without a Sigrid, you know this account does not have one. So I had to get creative. And look at Giselle over here pumping out my core damage. And he's doing one of the most important role, preventing the boss from healing. And I say the most important role because you can get by with good resistance to resist a lot of the debuffs, maybe not all of them. And that helps a lot, which is what we're also going to talk about for today. So first of all, let me go out of here. And the reason I'm bringing this up, even though most people are probably beyond it, is there's constantly new people starting to play every day. People that started a few days late, a week late, 2 weeks late from global, or people that are also competing in my Starlight Challenge. I know some of us were stuck here, and this is a hard one to be stuck at. So the page before it had Clear Grave of Rot stage 4 8 times, and I was stuck there for quite a few days. And then I was like, oh god, next page, all the boxes were checked, and then boom, stage 5. So I thought I was going to be stuck here for a few days, but really I just improved my account a little bit. So to beat stage 4, I will talk about the differences in what I had regarding the heroes' levels and whatnot as well. But yeah, let me go into it. So Grave of Rot here, Colossal Scavenger, lineup recommendations. Let's see what other people are using that are not using legendaries. Or hell, look at some people are using just average, our free legendary at least. But V-Cook is definitely a top tier option, as this is really slow to load his. It's fine, let's skip that. People are using, obviously Sigrid is our #1 wish here. It doesn't want to let us look at things. Okay, so Sigrid is our best option for preventing the boss from healing. Anna is a perfect example of a cleanser. Hexandra is our healer, plus she brings a little cleanse, so that's great. But if you don't have Sigrid, you've got to get creative, which is why you see a Latalis here. So Latalis, I think, is a worse option than Giselle that I ended up using, because Latalis does not have 100% chance to place the healing prohibition. He only places healing reduction sometimes, or healing prohibition depending on the health of the boss. So that's not as ideal. But yeah, as we go in here, you're going to see the same thing. The same teams being able to handle the highest stages. So Grave of Rot, on this server, Grave of Rot 8 has a no legendary team right here. And as I mentioned, V-Cook, he is amazing because he can dispel dispel 2 debuffs from your allies and heal. And he kind of does a little bit of everything. And then we got Sigrid to fulfill the other role. This is the perfect combination right here, honestly. This is literally such a perfect combo. The only better option I would say would be Furboth instead of I wanted to almost call him Jotun instead of Horus, because Furboth brings a little bit of a dispel of debuff and healing and decreased attack that's more consistent than Horus. But I wanted to show those teams first. Make sure you guys always know you could reference this if you're stuck. See what other people are doing. But when it comes to the boss themselves, this stage 5, you kind of want 100 accuracy. So I also was aiming close to 100 resistance to try to resist some of these debuffs that the boss is going to throw at us. So that is a really big thing. Trying to prevent the debuffs if you can, with debuff immunity if you have a hero that does that, and or someone that dispels debuffs. So because we have a lot. We have healing reduction, we have poisons, we have this recharge speed penalty. The boss is just throwing a ton of debuffs at you. But luckily you can resist some of it. Like, no, it doesn't resist 100%, but it helps. So let's go in here and I'm going to show you my people. I'm honestly pretty proud of this little team because even though, yeah, most people are much beyond this by now, that started at Global or that are not free to play, I still want to show my journey on this free to play account. And hopefully this is something that people can watch in the future and understand. Of course, if you're watching this and it's not season 1 anymore, if it's on to season 2, there's a different synergy. Every season, there's different synergies. This season is fire and poison. So when it switches out for next season, the synergies will be different on who you put in the team. But that's obviously pretty easy to figure out. You're just trying to fulfill the roles. So for stage 5 of Grave of Rot, I do have Horus at 5-star, just level 91. His battle skill is not 100% chance to land attack penalty, which is why I do not like him. And so I do have this arrow artifact on him because that increases his chance to land debuffs with his battle skill and gives him accuracy. So this is one I'll probably level up a bit more for the sake of someone like Horus. When I do Guild Boss, or Vortex, I put the crown on him because he's my best option for that and it gives him even more accuracy. But yeah, for this, I only needed 100 accuracy, so that was good enough. And then for resistance, I aimed for 100 and I was able to get it. So my Horus is pretty well set with defense and HP. HP, defense down here, just a good mixture of both, plus some skill haste to help him come back to his skills faster with the sake of this set. Always don't be too discouraged about putting your damage sets on your supportive people when there's stuff like skill haste and attack speed. That's going to help everybody. Skill haste is amazing for the sake of anybody, especially support heroes. So you can certainly just use your attack set with skill haste just for the skill haste alone. All right, and then I have Gigel. I just brought him up to level 90, but he's only 4-star, not 5-star. So he's amazing because of his healing prohibition. I'm missing one more book to make this 100%, so it might be slightly inconsistent for 100% runs. But hey, it's good enough. It worked better than I expected, and he actually does good damage. So he does also bring an attack penalty 1 version on his battle skills, so that's really great to help out if Horus doesn't keep it up well enough on his own. And yeah, he brings extra damage dealt when enemies are under healing prohibition. So I do have the crown on him to give him a little more accuracy. I actually did not end up putting any resistance on him because I didn't want to change his build because it was working and I was just hoping I could cleanse him enough and keep him alive. And sure enough, we did. But ideally, I would have wanted to get like 70, 80 resistance on him as well, plus our consumable. And then we have Hexandra as our healer. I have focused enlightenment on her and attack because her battle skill scales by single target here with dispelling based on attack and enlightenment. Everything else is based on the other hero's HP, so it's not really as important that she has a ton of HP. So as long as she's surviving, you don't need to give her a ton of HP. I didn't really worry about the sets because we're not there for that, but the enlightenment bonus is nice from this one. So that's my Hexandra. She does have a lower resistance, but with my consumable, it's a little closer to 100. Same thing here with my adventurer, only 74 for resistance, but with the consumable, we bring it up a bit. Accuracy is not needed. And this is my adventurer, of course, just having whatever I have. I luckily got a an ice negative rune with resistance. as a stat, so that helped me bring that up. Attack percent is purely the focus for the Ice Adventure, because that's what their shields are all about as well. Really helpful. And then we have Anna in here as a cleanser. I did just want to give her survivability. And I also switched her to this set because it gave skill haste. So she does not need accuracy, that's not important. But the skill haste is why I added this set to her, and it was my set that had my epic version that gave her more survivability, flat defense. She has some crappy whatever gear on, but we just really need her to have as much, you know, just let her survive and just use her cleanse, her dispel of debuffs to help out the allies, and also heal a little bit too. So that does not hurt. But she does restore max HP based on max HP here. So it is better to try to get as much HP in her as possible. I was just lacking in gear, so I didn't really worry about that too much, but we did okay. So on the run that I did for stage 4 before this, the day before, I did not have the adventurer at 5-star. That was the main difference. I also do not think I got Horus to 5-star either. I cannot remember. But that's really the biggest thing, was just not having 5 stars and then adding a couple 5 stars and bringing everybody's level up. Gigel was only at like level 80 yesterday, but I brought him up to 90, and that was enough of a stat boost to help him to survive. And then we do have Horus's aura here for HP. And then I am going to go ahead and use a consumable. So I'm going to go ahead and use this bad boy. So I will make sure at the end of this that I show you guys the recipe for that as well. So that way you know how to make that one. I just ran out again. But I think, yeah, it's one of my most important. It is the resistance, and you can see up here, accuracy plus and resistance plus 20. That really, really helps a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself out of the way. I'm just going to play this run out so you guys can see how it flows. And yeah, let's get to it.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall. Changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again.
You ain't see me activated, you better hope that
you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life and I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way. Push through those walls and the others will fall. Sit up, stand tall, you can get through it all. I need some energy, anxiety's no friend to me. I have a short memory, I don't really remember things. That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the cast. I wanna feel like I'm a new person. I wanna have clear vision and purpose. And I feel like the pain shouldn't last. If you can move on and past the things that make you feel bad, and you could change in your brain, I'm certain. I've done it before and man, I'm not perfect. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life and I won't look back ever again.